2 years ago, Cookie Run Kingdom have collaborated with Disney for a limited time. For one thing, I just completely saw for this update after like the spring and kind of the Cookie Odyssey around for the Korean Republic around for these updates as well for a while ago. Sometimes that features Cream Unicorn Cookie, the icon, for one thing that features around here before Comic Studio. I definitely that we just already saw around here before Comic Studio has been released. I know that was absolutely kind of obvious that this was could be for one thing that I just actually literally saw for around for this, even though that was actually for some kind of after summer update as well, before something like it is absolutely going to be right next before the update goes to Captain Caviar and Black Pearl Cookie. Although that we're going to be seeing for some other kinds of things as well. That must be Disney cookies over here that is actually right next to them as well. So as you can see, Disney was a magical place, could be absolutely what is actually for the imagination about your mind. Whatever it goes to comes to around for the imagination around here, like the evolution of the animation, but I'm not very sure. That could be for making quite fully for something as well. So this is absolutely for some kind of the evolution of the animation before Disney as well since 1833. But then goes to 1920 for the first Disney short around as well, starting with Mickey Mouse. Even though he wasn't actually forgotten today, but especially you may not actually sing for this as of Mickey Mouse as well, even though that I just definitely mentioned around here for that character. Of course, it does absolutely featured around here in Comic Studio, but right there, that must be for more animations like here, like Leo and Stitch, and the Disney cookies, I'm probably sure. This is probably like the princesses, like anything as well. It was probably like a fairy tale that the company was absolutely already know about. So even though that even more stories have just came around as well, but after some kind of the stories like these, for like the classics have finally ended over here, then it's absolutely moving on to Pixar as well, that absolutely associated with Disney. So over here, throughout to starting with computer generated animations could make everything popular as well for the hyper realistic or nothing whatever to do this as well. The animations like the motions could be nothing a little bit realistic for something as I definitely show what I just absolutely going on around here. So I already know, I know, this is probably a little bit amazing for itself that everybody remembers as well. So definitely, if I'm gonna be showing around this, that you may be wondering that things have might going to get something very cute as well. The other styles, like any kinds of these whales, could be for more fascinating as well, or even not. Even Japan, things are might gotta get started around gooning or something back before 2020. Since 2017, things are started to get a little bit gooning over here throughout the animations like this. I cannot believe it that wasn't going to be for around here. As you look at those, some kind of characters as well, you think this is absolutely ridiculously cute enough. But even though there must be, besides like the princesses over here for something like this, the base princess like this would be something that imaginable for some kind of like this. But I'm already nothing interested for one thing as well. So everybody is absolutely interested of the princesses, especially the girls as well, for their childhoods. So that must be definitely already remembered, as you never think as well that there must be Disney Comic Studio throughout that I just already seeing about here, as you're gonna be using the studio crossovers and search for this, and there it goes. I already looked around here for just a while ago. We cannot go to the Twisted Wonderland because there must be so much villains like anything throughout the reference. So this one should do it. and it's actually work in progress. You can't see Mickey Mouse over here for right there, and I cannot believe that you wouldn't believe that we're going to be seeing this about. I definitely used for some of the crossovers that I just looked around into the fronts. As you can see like this, it was probably like anything without further ado. So as you can see, for without further ado, that I just probably looked onto it as well. As of the fronts, it was owned by the company itself. It was owned by the Walt company itself for like these. And it's absolutely Wiki Fandom has all current sprites and some kind of like anything as well. So even though this is actually going to be for around here, but look at those for some kind of the fronts, like Dandy's World, and probably anything could be for anything as well, that I just not gonna be going back as well. I just definitely using Cookie Run characters, as we definitely probably know that Walt Disney has anything for itself, and nothing especially for Mickey Mouse that I probably still actually learn about for some kind of animations or something. But unfortunately, that doesn't exist in my computer and other kinds of PCs, or anything it does to make for some kind of free animations. So over here that I just probably seeing this, there must be backgrounds from Cinderella like anything as well. The images like those things, that there must be cookies and other kinds of stuff around here, such as Half-Life characters, South Park characters, and even though there must be other kinds itself. There's Eli Vance, there's a cookie over here, and one and South Park character over here for this thing as well. There is Sherbet cookie have laying down on the floor. That Royal Velvet cookie was absolutely going to cheer her up. So by itself in her room, for sometimes there must be a South Park characters, and even though there must be Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, like even Better Call like the Finger as well. There's the kid named Finger, and such as Mike over here, and there's Saul Goodman on top of this. There must be a newspaper and littering stuff like the apple juice and the PlayStation 3 controller right near on the curtains, or I'm not very sure, that must be for something over here. So at the rooms like here before, nearby rooms like themselves at the front of the dorm rooms, there must be like this. The Dr. Kleiner could be for around over here. That is something that we're gonna tell something about here. It must be Cream Puff Cookie is going to knock the door around here. It was just like Frozen scene, but I'm not very sure. This is not gladly the same as well. Outside of that residence, beyond this tower, so there's a Mercedes sitting right next to the RV with Walter White, and there is a villager over here that you didn't eventually see this. There is Mike walking away out of the residence. In this room, for right over here, for the outside like this, there are two characters like from the South Park and the Minecraft villager over here. Thankfully that will be the end of this video, until I might gonna be finding out what's next. You see, Disney has the rights to its characters, backgrounds, and designs, and I'm not associated with Disney and a horrible like anything as well, an honorable company for anything as well. I honestly aim we're focused on to the princes more than any characters in Disney Comic Studio, and probably that will be still in maintenance. But another one could be the Pixar has the rights to its characters, and the same thing like anything as well, and nothing associated for is Disney and other kinds of its characters and anything as well. So this is absolutely all that we already know about as well. As before, we're going to be pushing to the end of this video, but these images are from Pixar, and not like anything for around here before like this. So the cookies like the golden citrine and the aquamarine cookie. There's two bubble guppies around here, the characters like Una and Nani, and it's right next to Frill jellyfish cookie. Even though there must be Booze Lightyear jumping and attack something as well, and right next to Gordon Freeman on top of the Dodge Ram 2500. There's Big Smoke right over here at the 2010 year. It was a 2010 model year of the Dodge Ram, and it's right next into that cowboy over here. There's a Roblox president, and there's Monster Inc. like inside of this factory, like the power plant. Right next is some kind of another cookie over here. There's Professor Utonium, and there must be a background from Onward. There it must be on top of the Chevrolet HHR, could be Saul Goodman once again. And there must be two of those things. There's Kiwi and other kinds of like the characters, even from Wandersong. And in the Land of the Dead from Coco, there must be more cookies like it, even like these things as well. Especially there must be Greg Heffley, two Stickmans, and one troll face over here that you're gonna be seeing this. And probably there must be an OC character from Equestria Girls. And right, there must be before the escape pod lane in Wall-E, there's Dan to the M, and probably another guy for this thing from Wendersong, and another cookie scientist or some kind of like this thing from Cookie Run Oven Break. So that must be the end of today's video. That I definitely seen this already, but I'm probably pretty sure that I'll absolutely going to end for this way, and the link is going to be in description below, as you might going to be checking out to browse some comics whatsoever before it's too late. So thanks for watching, for all your support, and don't forget that is absolutely going to be right here. If it's actually going to be taken down for some kind of copyright reasons, this would actually going to be worth it as well. So I'm going to be signing off, and I'll talk to you mini lads and comic studio users all later. And have a great day throughout for just actually going to be watching throughout movies and cartoon shorts. So thank you everybody as well to look at around here for this comic studio around here. But nothing wonderful looked like happened for around even this day. So thanks again, and have a nice day, mini lads, and anybody as well for probably like I already said. And also, don't you dare make fun of any kinds of characters about the princesses and other kinds of characters for themselves, and especially for the crossovers itself. And I don't want to show like anything but user comic posts itself whatsoever.